There's actually quite a bit of overlap with the previous speech, but I'll cover the bases, and it's more of a personal experience on our team. So I'm Sako from Rusto Games. A couple of words about us. We started out in 2011 because we believed, after working on mobile games for a while for other companies, that it's easy to start a mobile gaming company and make some cool games, free to play, get 10 million users, make some revenue and all that. Currently we are a small team of 5 people, and currently we are focusing on Drunk Fu, Wasted Masters, or drunken brawling game. So we started out on mobile, because mobile games are fast to make, just a couple of months and you can release the game and get some revenue going. Let's get some funding, it's easy to get funding, mobile games are easy to make. So we made a couple of games. Beaver Carts was the most successful one, but it was only in like 1 million downloads. It did get some good performance indicators, but all the offers we got from publishers and investors, we would have lost control of the company, which is kind of why we didn't start, or we wanted to make the games our way. So we didn't really want to give away control from that. Then we made some other games, Rival Rumble, where you could have Gandhi fighting Hitler and Kim Jong-un and all that stuff, and Apple apparently didn't like that, so we got banned. Then we did some other Tank It, other small puzzle games. So we didn't make the millions, not too surprisingly, but after we cried a little and decided that, hey, maybe there's something else to do, and we did some subcontracting, recouped our losses, worked on AR, VR, university projects, learned a lot and earned a bug. So I think that grew as a company quite a bit. We were thinking about giving up at that point and going to work for somebody else, but we decided to stick around because the team was great. But we came to a conclusion after our experience on mobile. We didn't want to keep developing on mobile because it was way too analytical for us. We wanted to make fun games, and making premium games for mobile was really difficult at that point. And whatever we tried, we didn't get the visibility for the games, even though the reviews were good. So it was kind of shouting into the darkness that please notice us, but nobody did. So we also, at that point, in Finland, we started getting the second-tier startups from Rovio and Supercell, so getting funding from Finland as a young team with people with a couple of years of experience was really difficult, and so we decided that, hey, let's make console games. That's why we started studying game development and went to games industries, or started researching game industry anyway, and that's like what we wanted to do. Also, we could focus on premium games. We wouldn't have to worry about monetization and optimizing key performance indicators and all that stuff. So, and we also considered the console stores. At that point, they were quite premium. You could have tens of launches per month. So if you got to the platform, you would be guaranteed to get some media attention and get some sales anyway. So how did we actually do that is we got in touch with the platform holders in random events, and then through email. These days you can get in contact with Microsoft through an internet form. Sony is a bit more complex, but they have an email address. I don't know if it's public yet, but you can find it out. And Nintendo, as mentioned in the previous presentation, is pretty easy to approach these days too. So first game for consoles was Spareware, a top-down shooter released in 2016 for Xbox One and PC. Didn't sell too well. The development took a couple of years. We were bootstrapping at that time, so we did all kinds of other stuff on the side. But in the end, it almost paid its development cost back, so didn't make the millions either. After that, we did some more subcontracting and started working on Drunk Fu Wasted Masters, which originated as a mobile drunken project in 2013 or so, which we made as a joke, but it got 600,000 downloads and generated more revenue than any of the mobile games we did seriously, which is kind of embarrassing, but right now we released an Xbox, it's doing well, and we are currently porting it to Switch, PS4, and we are going back to mobile as we got funding to actually develop a new version of the game on mobile. That's luckily premium, so we don't have to consider the free-to-play elements on that. So what's so different about console development compared to mobile development? The user expectations are a lot higher. So if your user picks up the phone, gets a free-to-play game, they try it out, they throw it out, nothing lost if the player doesn't enjoy it. But on consoles, they are paying at least the $10 in general per game. So their expectations before they even try it is that they want the game to look good, have more content. It should be more complex, not a one-button game or a match-3 game. And in our cases, we had local cooperative experiences, so you had to have 4 to 8, support 4 to 8 players locally. Yeah, and all these expectations lead to longer development times. So when we could make a game for mobile in 3 to 4 months, in console, certification takes that long. So basically, it was 1 year, 2 year per game. So the favorite thing about console development is that you have only one device to target. On Android, you have how many hundreds, thousands different devices, aspect ratios. On Xbox, PS4, there are now 2 variants per console, but if it works on the lesser one, it works on both of them. Nintendo Switch is only one device you need to target. Also, you don't need the massive test device armada. You can expect that if the game works on one of the devices, it will work on all the others. And even if there are software updates, it's the platform holder's responsibility that it actually works. So this is also, you can optimize your game for one device, so you can set the FPS on a very specific level and see in every part of your level that it's actually optimized. And bugs are easy to hunt thanks to all the tracking the platform holders too. So console-specific features cause some extra delays. On Switch, they don't require them, but on Xbox One and PS4, they have achievements and trophies. So you have to handle the suspension of the apps a certain way. The OS of the console doesn't do that automatically. And there's also a long list of different requirements, hundreds of different specifications, how different things should work, what you can do, what you can't do. When on Android, you can do almost anything. Using Unity on this saved us a lot of time, but it caused some other issues. So engines are cool, but can't go to that too much. So releasing the game is a lot harder. Certification at minimum takes a month, or well, up weeks to a month, and you can set the release date before you have passed certification in general. So once the game is already ready and ready to ship, you have to wait for a month before you can actually release the game. You can fix bugs at that time, but there are some waiting times. And the best thing about working on consoles is that there are actually only tens of games releasing per month, whereas in mobile you have thousands, and even on PC and Steam, it's I think in the thousands. So even if you do no marketing at all on Xbox One, for example, you'll get noticed by the media because you are one of the 30 games releasing a month. So how did the transition from mobile to Xbox work for us? Well, we are enjoying our work a lot more, and we are actually doing a lot more money, and the support we get from different platform owners is really nice. So if you can know the right guys, you can just reach out and ask how the systems work, what kind of promotions you can get. When our experience with Google and Apple, even when we tried to go through different channels, we couldn't get any answers to questions. So even if we got to talking to them, the bonuses or features were totally random. We had no control over them. But with the console marketing teams, you can negotiate these quite a lot. Even though we fucked up with Spareware on releasing it on the same week as Alan Wake and didn't get much visibility. Also, there's a lot more influencers and media that do console and PC games, so that helps a lot. So, in short, pros compared to mobile, only 1 or 2 devices per platform to target, so no need for a massive device armada. Only 1 store per platform where you will get the visibility, so even the new releases page is visited by quite many users. There's a lot less competition with only tens of releases per month as opposed to thousands. You get some amount of free visibility on launch as media, and different platform holders and YouTubers pick up on that. Also on Xbox, they are heavily investing on their own Twitch competitor at the moment, which helps quite a lot. And the influencers are really active and they outreach a lot to the developers. Cons compared to the mobile include a lot longer development times, the mandatory certification, which does help with finding bugs and all that, but it usually ends up taking a long time. The user base is a lot smaller, so there are in total 155 million new consoles, and in 2017 alone there were 1.5 billion Android devices sold. And the mobile industry is estimated 70 billion and consoles is only 35 billion. But in the end, mobile and consoles are getting closer all the time. All the examples include Hearthstone and other collectible card games that are kind of platform agnostics. Same goes for Minecraft, you can play it almost on any device, and Fortnite. So it's the younger players don't actually care about the platform that much anymore. And Nintendo Switch in itself is an interesting hybrid of a portable gaming platform and a gaming console. But yeah, that's all from me. Are we taking questions?
Yeah, I've got any questions? Because that's quite a lot you managed to get in a very short space of time. So yeah. You've done me proud. Any points? No? No? Any takers? No? Anything you wanted? One big takeaway, what would you say would be the biggest thing to remember from today?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that we might not have a next generation of consoles in the way we think, because Microsoft is kind of bringing Windows 10 and Xbox systems together, so you can cross-play between them. And Rocket League just announced that you can play cross-play on PS4, Xbox, and Nintendo and PC. And well, if the game was on mobile, I'd imagine that would also work on there. So yeah, platforms don't matter in a couple of years anymore.
So that might mean things might get cheaper for developers across the board, large and small?
Yeah, but it will probably bring some new difficulties to that. So.
Yeah. What about TVs? Do you think they're going to get smarter, or is there a threshold that we'll never see a TV being a games platform?
Well, I think that goes to the streaming. More like there are some people funded startups that do that. For example, Hatch in Finland. But I haven't seen anything solid on that yet. It has been hyped for the last 10 years that streaming is going to kill the PC and all the computers, but we'll see.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank
you.
Round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Yeah.